Hey guys, welcome Pattern Traders. So it is 12/8 on a Sunday. Update on BTC and some altcoins. I'm not going to spend time on BTC, man, because if you're sitting here trying to count and catch the macro top on BTC, I think you're missing the bigger picture with what these altcoins are potentially going to do in the next upcoming months and weeks. Anyway, we're still in an uptrend pattern for BTC. I can't see anything significantly bearish anytime like I'll be up only at least January, and then as we get closer towards like Q2, the middle of this middle of this breakout, I'm expecting some kind of retracement back down. Keep in mind my overall thoughts on BTC are and will still be overall a retest of the 36 to 40k range. I think it's going to happen in 2025. I think at that point in time, that is where the main leg up will take place, where these altcoins will explode. Keep that in mind. What I mean by that, now we're getting an influx of like 50, 60,000 new tokens being produced on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of them are already doing 2, 3x moves week by week, all-time highs day to day. But I'm talking about the Dino coins, the dots, the atoms, the CRVs, the algos, old school tokens, the flows, the links, and whatnot. Personally speaking, a lot of them are going to do bearish retests on a higher time frame. Like if you look at Atom, for example, I'll do CRV2. We're sitting under the yearly open. I think that everything going forward is going to be a bearish retest and then another dump to the downside. Now, obviously, we deviated the bottom of Atom, but this doesn't mean that we can't do something along the lines of this, right? And then tap that consolidation and then head back all the way down and then reaccumulate into an actual pivot to the top side. A lot of people are convinced that this is the start to a higher high macro pivot for a lot of these altcoins. I don't. I don't think so. For the old ones, at least. A lot of the new ones are flying. Yes, I get it, and I agree with you. But anyway, needless to say, there's a difference between saying, hey, we're in a bull market and everything is going to be up only, and there's a difference in saying, I got to understand each altcoin is in a different fucking cycle. So you can't really compare, right? Each altcoin has a different starting point and a different end point. Look at CRV, for example, right? CRV, for example, went all the way down, and the reason why this particular I was shilling this thing for freaking months, bro. The reason why this looks so goddamn good is because this completely deviated and consolidated at the same time as having a bottom pivot. Like when you see an over under on a weekly basis like this, I mean, you assume that whatever RR you have is gonna be best at that particular time. You're not gonna get a better RR, whether that was wrong or right. It worked out. Liquidity was taken on August 4th or 5th around here at the bottom, like 20 cents, 18 cents. And now what I'm expecting is bare minimum, absolute bare minimum, $1.90. So I'm gonna start shaving some off at $1.70 into that $1.90 to $2 mark. But again, take in consideration that this is a straight up thrust in a matter of what, under a month. We kind of like eliminated over 5 or 6 months worth of dumping. The main liquidity levels that you need to be assumed will be taken are starting at this point right here, which is the 170 mark. Hold on, let's put the liquidity. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3. There's so many altcoins that look like this, man. And everyone has a different trading model. No one has to follow what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to secure myself with decent amount of cash and capital for the upcoming dump, right? So between like that 150 the 170 dollar range, I'm gonna start shaving some off, and then what I'm expecting is a legit dump back down to this area over here that I could recoup some of my profits that I took. So if we do something like this, I will re-add as much as we can at this point, right? But what happens if we get a deeper retracement, right? Because this could not hold. What happens if we go all the way down here, right? This is a possibility too, guys. So nobody knows. I don't give a fuck what Elliott wave cloud systems out there. Nobody knows where we're gonna stop, bro. Like you don't know unless you have a magic ball. So the most ideal method of trading that I'm implementing into my system this year versus this cycle versus previous cycle is, all right, I'm gonna add some here, and if it dumps, I'm gonna add some over here too. I'm not gonna put a stop loss here. This is spot, by the way. This is not leverage. I'm not gonna put a stop loss here just because there's like a 50% move to the downside. No, well, I don't care. Let it fall. I'm adding. I'm gonna add some more here. I know for a fact that if as long as the market doesn't collapse, war, president gets shot, some economical drastic, downshift, this particular area should hold, right? Allocate some not financial advice. I'm going to allocate some capital here and some capital here for all-time highs if it comes, right? And look at dot, right? Dot's another big one. That's a pretty big one. Where's dot? Somewhere here. Everyone is going after the shiny tokens, but they're not taking into consideration that these old ones, they have legit structures that need to be. Here we go. Taken. Okay, so now where are we right now, right? We haven't taken liquidity off the March highs, which is pretty obvious. This is going to come no matter what, probably in the next maybe week or so. We know for a fact that we're going to do something on the lines of this, boom, then consolidate, and if this dumps down here, this is a buy opportunity, guys. If this doesn't break this particular low, whatever low we put in as a higher low, if this does not break this, then you know for a fact that we are going to go relatively higher. And where am I targeting? I'm targeting this particular box over here. And then we have more liquidity on this side. So this is all I'm doing right now. I don't care about holding for 5 years. I'm just playing level to level. Any move back down for dot is a buy for me here, and it's a buy for me here. I don't care about buying dot down here. I do not care about buying dot in the $4 range. I don't. I want to see dot hold that $5 and $6 range as an absolute like worst case scenario. Ideally, you want to see something along the lines of this, right? Where you make a low over here, you go back up, you retest the breakdown, you break the retest, the breakdown, and you come and you deviate, consolidate, deviate the low, and then you head back up. That's what I want to see. Back to the ETH. The reason why I'm not shaving any profits is right now because we consolidated on a weekly basis on the yearly open. I keep it very simple. I do not know anything about projections and whatnot. That's John's cup of tea. He called December 2nd as a pump, and it happened. God bless him. Just be aware of when he calls the upcoming dump. Be cautious. I'm probably going to shave at least 30% of all my spot positions into cash for this upcoming dump when John calls a bear pivot in the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks. Whenever it comes, I'm going to probably shave at least 30% off. Ethereum hasn't even done all-time high yet. This particular consolidation, this is going to break, guys. This is not stopping here. So when Ethereum starts taking this high over here at that 5K range, that is when I'm going to start paying attention to taking profits, like significant profits, taking 50, 60, 70% off, and then leaving moonbacks, and then reinvesting the capital, or going straight cash and waiting for the next upcoming dip, right? Like, keep in mind, BTC does, oh shit, I don't want to be, BTC does look like it's going to put in a particular top at that 115, 120 range, right? You don't consolidate for, I think it was 200 days, if I'm not mistaken. This move was, 215-day consolidation under previous all-time highs. 220 days, and you break up. You're not stopping here. So I can't see us breaking the golden pocket, which is between $86,000 and $89,000. So even if we do happen to get our move back down, say we do something like this, higher low, I'm still targeting 115, 120. And then at that point, all right, we got to start watching the charts. Keep in mind, look at the 2-week oscillator. It's putting in a perfect bearish over-under over here, and already algo fired. So within the next 3 2-week candles, there's going to be at least a 30% dump, guys. Minimum 30% dump. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. This over-under that took place here was a macro top, and this led to a, what, like 50, 60, 70% dump, all because of 1 2-week over-under. But look at the difference now. If you go to the monthly, right? I switched channels. I switched the charts. If you go to the monthly, this particular over-under, everything was pointing down. What's the difference between this particular monthly? Everything is pointing up, which means that when this 2-week dump takes place, this is going to be a massive buy opportunity. So when we do something like this, oh my God, guys, you better hope that there's cash reserves allocated to crypto at that point, because this is going to end up being a beautiful retest. This pump will probably be a massive move to the top side. So I'm hoping that we do happen to get a retest of the bottom side overall. I don't know. What's 30%, guys, of where we are? Say we do happen to stop at, say this consolidation stops at 2.16, right? Say we stop at 2.16. 2.16 is going to give us 113 to 115. Okay, what's 30% from here? Retest. There you go. There's your retest. There is your retest. 40% move. Let's go to the wick. 35% move. Right? If we stop here, we have to go by the wick. 30% move, 35% move brings down to the 60K range. So I'm convinced that, guys, BTC is far from over. We're going to go relatively higher. When we do happen to top out, we're going to come down for this particular trend line. I'm not complicating it, guys. This is the first cycle that I'm playing it, and I'm playing it very calmly. I know what I want. I'm hawking the charts. I know what to expect, and I'm not bugging out. I do expect that this particular trend line will get tapped. I do think that we're going to retest this particular consolidation that took place prior to all-time highs. All I want to see is that we don't do something along the lines of this. This, I don't want to see. And this is an option that some of my friends, my trader friends, are calling. This, I don't want to see. Because if this happens, guys, we're going to be in until 2028, man. It's going to be another 3 years, 2027 to 2028, before we actually see another move back up. Right? So if we top out and we just start downtrending for the next 2 years, good luck. Right? So be mindful of this particular pattern also, guys. Be very mindful, because at the end of the day, your BTC range is still this. No matter what you do, no matter what anyone tells you, guys, this is still your BTC range. This is still your BTC range. So if we have to fill the void, and then we have to come back down here to fill this void, we're going to be doing this for a while. Right? But this is your range, guys. Nothing changed. Nothing will change. No matter what anyone tells you, this is your range. So if we have to come back down here, good luck. I'm hoping to be out of the market by then. Cheers, guys. Trade safe. Altcoins look fucking phenomenal. I didn't go through them, but if you want me to go real quick, this shitcoin called Beta, pretty obvious deviation here. Likelihood that this is going to go relatively higher. Obviously, everyone says that, but I'm pretty serious. All these highs need to be taken, and then obviously you want to exit as close as you can to that area. There is a VWAP here, a yearly, that I saw right here. Boom, boom. I'm probably going to shave like 80% at this area over here. If this goes up here, I'm going to shave 80% because there might be potentially a retest before we go up to this particular box. Closing the full position here, by the way. I'll go. I just discussed it. Did I? I think I did. You're at the yearly VWAP. Any move back down here to at least 0.20 or 0.23 is a buy. We should not break under. Let me make it neater, guys. I'm trying to do it fast, but we should not break under this area going forward. That 0.17 to 0.16. This, if we get some kind of move like this, this should be the main bottom. This should be like legit. Should not break under this. Keep that in mind. OMI, it's a piece of shit coin. No liquidity. I'm still holding. My target is going to be up here, obviously. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in this shit coin. I'm hoping that this thing can break up within the next week or so, and then I am out. I'm not going to wait for the yearly VWAP. I'm getting out 100% at roughly about 0.20. We have Atom. I'm holding Atom. I'm holding Atom until the yearly VWAP. I'm going to end up having to sell a lot of these altcoins at the yearly VWAPs, by the way, guys. The yearly VWAP liquidity is sitting at $17, but the main target, if you don't mind holding, is going to be anywhere between $17 and $26. This consolidation before the dump is the pivotal area. Well, I'm still holding a decent sized bag. Not even a decent sized bag. I sold majority of my bag. I only have $10,000 worth, or like $14,000 worth of this shit coin. I don't. I'm very adamant about, hey, once we make all-time highs and we actually get to a good spot, we hit the 0.618, which we did. Look at this. We hit the 0.618 over here, right? We consolidated. Now, if you take in consideration a new 0.618, look where we are. Let's get rid of this one. Right? We literally were 9% under the 0.618. Come on. At that point, like, what are you doing? So I caught the top on that. I got out. I have only like, I don't know, 10 or 14K left of that shit. Wild. I added a bunch. Unfortunately, let me just repeat myself why I said unfortunately. I rolled this whole thing down, bro. That's why I said unfortunately. I entered somewhere around here, wrote it up, wrote the whole thing back down. Anyway, I added some over here. I shaved like 80% of what I added here over here, and now I'm stuck and waiting until I see at least this liquidity get taken. Then I'm gonna exit 100% of my position over here. This chart is beautiful. This chart is beautiful, but I don't like this. It was hold on. Was it Mex's? I think it was Mex's. There we go. Check this bad boy out. Check this bad boy out. Get rid of these. So look at this. This is all consolidation, guys. When this thing breaks out, man. When this thing breaks out. And what's gonna happen? Minimum 48s. I think it's gonna go in the 50s, but at least a 4x from here, guys. So it's a fucking solid chart. One of my favorite looking charts right now. Oscillators still look great, look fantastic. Look at this. They're about to kiss for the first time ever. They've never kissed before. They're about to cross and kiss on the weekly. It's crazy. I got fucked with this stupid shitcoin. I held it, wrote it all the way down. I think I lost, I don't know, $15,000-$20,000 on this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like to be transparent with my moves. I am in from, I'll tell you where. I got in at the mainnet and then BTC topped. I'm in from 83 cents right there. I literally got in this consolidation over here, this part, and then it just dumped and then it just died. Anyway, luckily for me, I added here and I added here. I did not add in the bottom over here though. So I added some here, I added some here, and I'm still in the red, by the way, because this position was fairly big versus these small positions. So what am I looking at regarding target? I'm probably going to shave 50% of my whole bag, which I'm hoping to be at break even because I want the capital to allocate somewhere else at this area over here. So this liquidity zone for me is probably going to be an exit point, and then I'm going to wait to see this get filled out and then probably remove the full amount over here. I could wait for the VWAP, but guys, I want the capital, man. There's so many better opportunities. This one too, man. I rolled the whole thing back down, but I added a lot, dude. I basically, whatever position I had over here, I quadrupled it over here. So I'm up a fair amount right now, thank God. And this is going to go relatively higher. This just broke out. I don't know anything about the fundamentals, but keep in mind that some of these tokens look fantastic. They're just breaking out of their structure. So even if we deviate this and come back into the range, I'm going to add more because what's my target? My target TPU number 1 is going to be here, 7s, and then TPU number 2, which probably will remove like 80%, will be up here. And then I'll just keep a moon bag for all-time highs. I don't think we're going to see all-time highs on a lot of these altcoins because it's just way too many, man. I don't know where we're going to get the liquidity. So from here to here, I'll leave like 20% and see what happens. Fill, I never got filled. Those who are in this, God bless. This shitcoin, man. This is fucking a beast. I'm so excited for this. You have no idea. I am sitting very pretty. I personally think that this is going to cup like this. And we're going to do something like this. Whether it takes another like 7-8 months or a year, this likely will end up doing something along the lines of this. And if we get to $1, it's going to be a beautiful chart, guys. Actually, one of my nicer looking charts for me personally. AKT, this piece of shit. I'm still expecting this thing to go to $10 one day. I should have exited. I didn't. I wrote a lot down. I did sell whatever I was able to get out because I was locked in because of staking. But for the most part, if we do happen to retest 3s, I'm going to add some more. Solid project. I give it a 10 out of 10 when it comes to project and liquidity. And then FET, kudos screwed me. I was given FET for no reason. I don't know anything about this project. I'm very upset I'm even holding this because it's over a $3 billion market cap. We just did a breakout. Ideally, a breakout like this on a higher time frame will take us to the 0.618, the 1.618, which is between $4 and $5. But I have absolutely no faith unless BTC does allow altcoins to run. But if we do happen to get an opportunity to get this all the way up here, I'm closing the whole bag. I'm out. I don't even want to look at this ever again. Another gem that I'm holding is HTR. Target will be at least 40-50 cents. There is no way this thing is not going to go up to retest the breakdown. If you zoom out to the monthly, guys, and you actually highlight this particular monthly order block, let's open the order block. See, I've been having the order block closed this whole time, but those who actually use it know that it's, I mean, let's make it so you guys can see it. It's the easiest way to like screen shit. Oh, I need this open, and I need this closed. So this, anyone that was able to get down here, I added a shit ton down here, guys. I expect this thing to break out to at least up here. Liquidity sitting obviously over here, which we should take shortly within the next maybe couple of weeks. 1, 2, 3. I'm making the video too long now. Mine's 21 minutes. I'm just going over my bags. Sorry, guys. Any opportunity back up here, do something like this, I'm gonna add more. Target will be this, but I'm not even gonna sell all my bags here. I generally believe this is gonna all-time high. This should go to at least $1. If you look at the lower time, not the lower time, but the 3 to 5 day, where was it? Here we go. It was the 5 day. So look at this right here, right? There's two bearish order blocks before the main consolidation. So if this is, think about it this way, let's delete everything. This should apply for everything, guys. If we're consolidating over here for how many fucking months right now? Excuse my language, by the way. We're consolidating from here for 930 days, guys. That's 3 years. If we're consolidating for 3 years and we finally break out, do you guys think we're going to go up 10% and then dump? Right? Think about it. Bare minimum, absolute bare minimum, what happens when you actually break up here? You go to at least 2.618, where you have the first resistance, something along the lines of, hey, I'm going to go to 618, come down, retest the breakout, go over here, and that's when you reaccumulate or distribute. And then from here, you decide, do I hold, or do I go down, or do I hold to go further up? But at least bare minimum the 2.618, guys. And honestly, if just deleting everything, just put one line on your chart. Here you go. So if we're on this for 3 years, right? We're consolidating here for 3 full years. This is accumulation, man. This likely will make all-time highs, bro. This is crazy. There's no way this isn't gonna make all-time highs. Where's the golden pocket? There we go. Again, 40 cents to 50 cents. And ideally, this void over here is where I'm probably gonna shave majority of my my tokens out. So LTC, another banger. I have a big bag of LTC again. Don't worry, guys. I know I'm the one that got fucked when we were at 400. I didn't sell. I wrote it all the way back down like a loser. So this is a beautiful chart too. I'm expecting this thing to break up. This thing's going to all-time highs, guys. I'm not touching my bag. I know a lot of us are gonna, me included. I wanted to get rid of them at this particular area between like 200 and 220. Look at the weekly, the way it looks, right? We're on a weekly order block. Look at the 2-week. Having these double bearish order blocks are scary as fuck. But look at this, man. There is liquidity sitting right on top here. Never been taken. This wick has never been taken. So forget these order blocks for a second. Why am I going to sell when this looks the way it looks, right? Why am I going to sell? Look at the way this thing looks. Forget that. Not happening. I'm going to keep my bag. Let it go. Let it jerk. I don't care. I'm going to keep my bag until we see new highs. And I'm going to probably sell once we get to this range and we distribute. Cheers, guys. Made it a little longer than expected. Sorry about that, but there's a lot. I'm holding like probably 25 alts right now, man. There's so many that I'm holding. It's hard to keep track of things. I'm losing my mind. But I mean, sacrifice a few months and hopefully you get some financial freedom positioning, Where was this thing? It's another banger that I wanted. Here we go. That's what it was. Look at this bad boy. And we should be at the view up right now. Yeah, we are. Boom, right there. Man, I'm telling you guys, once you lock in, all this is freaking easy. It's like taking candy from a baby. Look at DYDX. Another shitcoin over here. All this consolidation. All this consolidation. Boom. Sorry. Boom. Deviation. Break to the top. Retesting yearly open. This is going to definitely offer a dump, guys. I don't care who you are, what you did. This is going to offer a dump. Now, do we stay here? Or do we go further down and come back and retest this? This is the tricky part, right? Like, this is why people say we're at a position where it's very tricky. You know why? Because when did you enter is the number one question. When did you enter? If you entered over here, you don't give a shit if we come all the way down here. Or if you come all the way over here, you don't care. But if you entered up here, if you entered over here, yeah, you do care if you go under your entry. So, guys, cheers. DM if anyone ever needs any advice. Trade safe. The market is, at this point, very forgiving right now, so you can't really mess it up. Just be smart, be disciplined, stay healthy, stay hydrated, go outside, touch the fucking grass, man. Get out of the computer, get some sun. It'll do you good. Cheers.